And as the sun sets over Daytona International Superspeedway, thank you to everyone for tuning in to this mildly delayed Sim Series event. But the first of the Chaseoffs, very, very importantly, for those 12 drivers fighting for the championship. So we've got the outside drivers right now doing a little bit of practice. Now, if you remember, those of you who watched Talladega, we've got a bit of a different pre-qualifying procedure here. We're going to have 2 dual races. They're only 8 laps here. So we've got 15 drivers fighting over 7 spots in the race, which I think is the least we've ever had in terms of drivers on the outside looking in. And I'm sure someone who'll be very thankful for that is number 91 of Simon Bloomfield, who still hasn't qualified for a single event. But 7 spots available. These drivers are all going to run 8 laps, no cautions. And the top 4 will qualify into the next race. It is 4, right? Hold on. I think at Talladega it was 4 and 3. Or was it 5 and 2? No, I think I had 8 spots then. Or was it 9? Either way, we have 7 spots. The top 4 from the first duel are going to qualify into the main event. And then the rest of the drivers will run 8 more laps, racing against each other. No cautions. And then the top 3 from that event will also qualify for the main race. And then all 42 drivers are going to go for 96 laps here at Daytona. And I'll tell you one thing, it will be chaotic. There is a guest commentator today. Is a little bit busy doing some burnouts for you guys. Don't worry. I'm sure you'll appreciate that at the end. But they'll be here at some point, probably between the first 2 of these dual races. Oh, yeah, you're right. I didn't share this to Discord. That's a good call. I should do that. I had that ready. There you go. Thanks for reminding me. Racer Club for Fun 99. Cheers. Okay, so let's, as the people from Discord are jumping in, it gave the wrong thumbnail again. I swear, if you don't set the thumbnail like 2 hours ahead of time, Discord just throws whatever the last thumbnail was. So it's showing like Thick Boy and Paul Menard on Discord right now, which is not correct. But let me make sure. Okay, we're good to go. And as the people flood in here, full 36 people watching. Wow.
Okay, buddy, fired up here. Remember, one switch at a time, turning your stuff
You know,
on.
it feels like home, doesn't it? We're back here at Daytona where the Sim Series began, and we're doing duels at night. It's, oh man, it brings back memories. It feels like it was so long ago. But through all of this racing, let's not skip that. Let's hear the command.
Buddy, fired up, one switch at a time, turning your
Nope.
stuff on.
Command, where are you?
Okay, buddy,
Here we
fired
go.
up here. Remember, one switch at a
I know
time,
it's a
turning-
duel, but doing it anyways.
Today's command, Bobby Allison. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Give your seatbelts a little tug there for me there, buddy. Get a little drink of Gatorade. Be safe. Have some fun, all right?
So the grid is randomized. We have 15 cars, 8 laps of racing, and everyone wants to fight to be in the top 4. So VGO3 starting on pole in the Jags number 82, who hasn't had a whole bunch of starts this season. Looking to change that here at Daytona. Neither has the one of Pure Red and Blues RP. Simon Bloomfield has not had a single start. Starting in 3rd, let's see if he can finish this in the top 4, and if not now, then the next duel. Jans in the 47 will start in 4th, and then it's DS Gaming in the 16 in 5th. The 51 of Trooper 501 starting in 6th, ahead of the 32 of to AFK Master. And then it's the 30... Where are you? Cameras. The 37 of Paul Dumadi. The 14 of Jared Preston Plays YT. The 21, Jose the Potato. The 59, Gatlin Downey. The 39, Skull and Bones. Then the 06 of that Iron 2003 guy. Carter Friesen in the 33. And Emmett Lashbrook in the 08. So 7 spots available for 15 cars. Should be a pretty high chance for some of these guys, but You never know what these dual races can bring, and with no cautions, if you lose the draft, or even if you have to slow down for someone spinning, that is it. Your chances of making the race are over. Well, for this duel at least. There's another duel. It's complicated. Where do I find the fonts? Often it's from number sets. Sometimes I just grab it off of existing cars. If you want to know like particular cars, I can let you know. Anyways, pace car pulls in. VGO3 is going to lead the field. Green flag here at Daytona. 8 laps for these guys to duke it out, and they've had hardly any time to practice at all, so could see just about anything happening here at Daytona. Right off the bat, pure Red and Blues RP is actually doing pretty well on the high side. He had a pretty big push from Janza, and he's going to be pretty equal with VGO3 through turns 1 and 2 here. Jose the Potato already up top 3 wide. Not the way he wanted to start this. The one's getting a big push down the back straightaway. The 51 of Trooper 501 pushing Janza, pushing the 1, and pure Red and Blues RP to the lead. Starting on the outside. You don't see that very often at Daytona, do you? Janza's going to end up way up top. Trooper 501 wants to make his way around the outside of VGO3 in the 82. VGO3 is actually holding up that bottom line now. The 91, the 16, a lot of these guys tucked up behind him. Nowhere to go. And they're going 4 wide. This could be dangerous. Oh no, if we see a wreck now, this will be really, really bad. 3 wide. This thing is spread right out. VGO3 moved up a lane. Here comes Simon Bloomfield. Now he's in second. DS Gaming is there as well. Oh, I'm worried about these guys going 3 wide because it could mean disaster. And you do not want to be at the back when anything strikes contact. Around goes the 37 into the wall. Baldumati. And to AFK Master in it as well. Carter Friesen, all these guys, and the 39 and the 06 have lost the draft too. So lap 2 of 8, we're already seeing some chaos. And look who's out front. It's Simon Bloomfield. The 91 who has not qualified for a single race. Decided to change it up on the paint scheme front, seeing if this Kevin Harvick throwback can bring any luck. And so far it's working out. And unfortunately for the 23, the 37, the 33, the 39, and the 06, a lot of these guys held up by that incident. Let's go back and see what happened. I know that it involved Baldumati in the 37. I mean, you can see how much damage he's got. Luckily, he will be able to repair that before the second of the duels. He's going 3 wide here. He's got Emmett Lashbrook on the inside, Jen's on the outside, and it's actually to AFK Master who sticks a nose underneath, and he gets into Carter Friesen in the 33. That's going to push him up the track, and really, it gets all 3 of them, and just having to lift out of the gas for the 39 and the 06. You can see Skull and Bones going on the apron here. They lose the draft, and that's going to be it until the next duel. So they will get one more chance, but for now, they'll just be riding along behind the pack. So lap 3 of 8 here, Simon Bloomfield out front. Gatlin Downey tucked in right behind him. So you can see the 14 of Jared Preston Plays YT trying to make the move alone on the outside of Emmett Lashbrook, but with the 47 behind him, I don't think he'll be able to make it happen. Gatlin Downey, the inside for the lead. Remember, it doesn't necessarily matter who wins this race. As long as you're in the top 4, then you advance to the main event. Gatlin Downey, of course, though, would rather have the clean air at the front. Simon Bloomfield in trouble now. He's all alone on top. Although Janza with a push from the 21 are going to get to the inside of Emmett Lashbrook, and Simon Bloomfield goes way up the track. Luckily, with a small group of cars, he will be able to sort of regroup pretty quickly here. VGO3 having a little bit of trouble. He's sort of falling behind this group. We saw he was slow at the start, and despite being on pole, ended up holding up the inside line a little bit. Now he's falling back, and Janza's trying to make a move for the lead on the bottom. Bloomfield now pushing Emmett Lashbrook on the top. We've got 5 cars on the bottom, 4 cars on the top. 14 moves up the track. Now we've got the 91 going to the bottom as well. Here comes Jose the Potato. Going to make a move to the bottom, try and get underneath the 59. Gatlin Downey is he's not gonna work with the 14. Wow. Really wanted to make the move to the front. Getting underneath Jared Preston plays, and they're gonna be 3 wide for second. Jenza clear out front. 3 laps to go here in this first of the duels. Remember, the top 4 positions are the transfer spots. So Janza leads, then is Pure Red and Blues RP, Jose the Potato, and now DS Gaming in those all-important transfer positions. Although Pure Red and Blues is going to make a move to the top, which is going to give Jose the bottom, and Trooper 501 is going to take advantage as well. As we're seeing, the 14 will return the favor on Gatlin Downey and push him up to the top now. The 14 and the 59 have not been working with each other at all. So we're going to cross the line here with 2 to go. The top 4 remain the same. On the outside looking in is Trooper 501 and the 51, the 14, the 59, the 91, and the 08. So Jose the Potato pretty comfortably out front now. DS Gaming behind him. Jans is on the outside. This could be trouble here because the 51 and the 14 have a big run on the bottom. Down the back straightaway they come. Jans is going to fall down to 3rd. Trooper 501 gets into the 4th of those transfer positions. Pure Red and Blues falling back now. They're going to cross the line here to get the white flag. 21 way out front. Jose the Potato comfortably in the lead one more time around in the first of our 2 pre-qualifying duels here at Daytona. So DS Gaming gets moved to the top, and that's going to allow the 47, the 14 to come down on the bottom, as well as the 91 of Simon Bloomfield. I know I've said it a lot, but it really is worth emphasizing that the 91 has not qualified for a single event this year and has attempted every single one. But we've got some lap traffic now. The 23 of to AFK Master, who's been slow and off the pace, could get in the way here. As 16 of DS Gaming is going to lose out. He's falling back. The 23 is going to hold up the pack, and this is going to shake up the whole order right before the line. The 21, the 47, the 91, and the 14 look like they're going to be the ones to qualify in, but DS Gaming passes 91 around the outside. And at the very end, Simon Bloomfield gets held up by to AFK Master in the 23, and DS Gaming makes the move into 4th place. And Simon Bloomfield does not make it in yet. He will get another shot. It looked like the 91 was home free, and wow. Well, I really hope Simon makes it in the second of these duels, because if that is the reason for the 91 going home early at Daytona, it will be so sad. And the 23 might need some security on his way out here. Although TFK Master will get another shot at pre-qualifying here, so it'll be interesting. I don't think Simon Bloomfield is too happy with the 23's driving here. So the top 4 move on. Jose the Potato, Jared Preston plays YT, Janza, and DS Gaming. So we are going to move those boys into our main roster. And you know, while I do that, I can introduce our guest commentator, busy from doing burnouts. Let's finish this off. And I'd like to invite to the stream, back from her commentating debut at the crazy Richmond Raceway, it's Adria Fitzy. You're on air.
Well, hello, whoever is watching this. I'm happy to be back in the booth again after Richmond, and excited to call a plate race for once.
And we still have one more pre-qualifying shootout, so it should be interesting. I don't know if you were watching the last one or not, but Simon Bloomfield in the 91 was like 2 seconds away from qualifying in, and then got held up by a lapped car.
Well, it's Simon Bloomfield. What did you expect?
We've talked about a lot of unlucky drivers this season, but I feel bad for the 91. It's been every single race they've attempted, and through like 3 different drivers has been unable to make it.
How their sponsors have stayed on for this long is just a mystery to everybody. Just gotta give it to the sponsors.
Victorinox Swiss Army, big supporters of the sport.
Also, to everybody wondering,
Oh wait,
the cutaway car has not been found yet. Rewards have been offered for information leading to the location of the cutaway car.
all right, who do I pull out of this? 40. What happened to your microphone? I swear it used to sound decent.
It cost me $17, so it's not exactly the most quality.
I thought it used to sound better. That's fine. 21, 14, 47, 16. So 4 of our drivers advance, 11 remain, and there's only 3 more transfer spots.
Well, they're going to be fighting really hard for those transfer spots, hoping to make it into the big show.
Priya McShane's, sorry, Hello I'm You says, Adria, why are you basically whispering?
I am not whispering. This is just how I'm talking. I have to talk quietly.
I thought it was pretty funny. Anyways, 11 cars remain. The grid is randomized again. And we're going to have 8 more laps of just hard fighting from these guys at Daytona. And Simon Bloomfield starting all the way back in 10th. Let's see what ground he can make up. A lot of these cars that were affected by the wreck in the first duel are going to have a second chance here. So the 33, the 37, the 39, as well as the 06. And of course, to AFK Master, the talk of the first duel. So Emma Lashbrook is going to start at the front of the inside row. Pure Red and Blues is going to start in second. And, I mean, that worked out for him last time. We saw off the start of the first duel, the outside line just hooked up and went. And Pure Red and Blues RP was in the lead after 1 lap.
It was kind of hard to catch the first race considering I was doing burnouts and I went out to the Lake Lloyd, did some fishing, caught a bass. I dropped the bass. It was sad.
Simon Bloomfield saying if he doesn't make the race, he's going to fight the 23. So I'm sure to AFK Master hoping the 91 gets in here.
Well, we should get a boxing glove sponsor because, you know, people do like to fight in this league.
So coming out of turn 4, 11 drivers, 3 spots left in the race. The pace car pulls in, and for these 8 laps, well, the gloves are coming off. Green flag in the air. Trooper 5-1 immediately gives up on the bottom line and moves up. Emma Lashbrook gets a pretty good jump. A push from the 06 and the 39. Those 4 cars in the bottom really hooking up here. As into turn 1 they go. The 06, the 39, the 82, now the 33 on the bottom. They're really close together. You can see to AFK Masters not pushing the 1 as well.
And it'd be nice if you removed the blindfold from my eyes and I could actually see the track.
I don't get it. Oh,
Gotta turn on the screen share.
you're right. You should be able to see the track. Why didn't you tell me that earlier?
Because I thought you were doing something.
Okay. Anyways, that and 2003 guy now into the lead. The 08 and the 39 have both moved up the track.
Well, he's gonna jump off to a bit of a lead, but that leaves the bottom open, and it's gonna be quickly taken.
5 cars on the bottom, 6 cars on the top. And only 7 laps left for these guys to fight for the 3 transfer spots. Vugio 3 now to the front again. Remember, he started the first duel in first place, but immediately fell back and ended up losing the draft to the leaders. Looks like they've got that 82 worked out a little bit better here. He's going to move up and end up pushing the 06 out of line. And as long as Carter Friesen has the speed down the back straightaway, he should be on the bottom and making the move for the lead.
And the 06 looks like he wanted to get back in line, but there was just not enough space there. He didn't want to risk turning his car down into the nose of Skull and Bones and turning himself.
And although we've only got 11 cars here, getting shuffled back will, at this point, if you're moved to the top, you're going all the way to the back of this pack.
Well, they're forming up 3 wide with a middle lane starting to form, but it goes down 2 cars on the high side and turns.
Yeah, Emmett Lashbrook is now, you can see, feeling the effects of these 2 lines of racing. He's going to go to the back of the outside line. Carter Friesen holding on to the lead, although 59's putting up a pretty good fight. 33 is going to move up a little bit and ended up breaking apart the 59 and the 82, and now it's the 23 to AFK Master being pushed by Simon Bloomfield on the bottom, along with the 51, the 37, the 06, all in that line.
As Carter Friesen gets a 2-car length lead coming off of 4, it's not going to end well in turn 1, because Pack's going to have the draft on him.
I think that little move where he went up the track coming into 3, pushed the 59 up, it slowed the momentum of the whole pack. And now he's got a couple car lengths. Oh! The 91 getting into the back of the 23. I don't think Simon Bloomfield is very happy with the AFK Master from the first race. Giving him a little bit of bumper coming out of 2. That was really dangerous. The whole pack had to check up, but it looks like everybody's okay.
It looks like they're starting a 2-car tandem for first and second up there, which, if they could get away from the pack, would be really beneficial to even just get out of the Hornet's nest if there's a wreck.
See, the 82 of VGO3 had a whole lot of momentum, tried to make a move on the outside, but he's going to lose out to the 39 and the 06. Carter Friesen still in the lead now. To AFK Master in second. Simon Bloomfield closing up on the rear bumper of the 23 yet again. Could be dangerous here.
The pack is just a little disorganized in the back and on the top side, so that's why you're not going to be able to make moves. But you do see a little bit of a top line forming.
The 37 of Baldumati moves up, but no one's following him. He may be hung out to dry here, unless he can get back down in front of the 51. I don't think so. Oh, he does.
And Simon Bloomfield up to 3rd. So
3 to go at the line, and this whole pack almost entirely single file. Here comes Trooper 501 to the inside of the 37 as well. The 06 is going to go up top. Seeing if they can get some momentum on the top side, but so far it just has not worked out.
I feel like if they were to get the back 3 to go to the top side, that would be really beneficial, but...
And here we go. Here's the big move to AFK Master the inside. He's got the 91 and the 51 behind him. Carter Friesen's going to lose out. And with these 3 so close together, he might not even be able to jump in line in 4th.
He's just going to get freight trained, but he can hope that the top line's going to give him some momentum. Maybe even then they could make it work.
So to AFK Master in the lead. Remember, the top 3 from this little duel are going to advance to the race. So it doesn't really matter who finishes in first, but these guys are going to fight hard for those transfer positions. And here comes Trooper 501 to the bottom. With a push from the 39, he's going to move Simon Bloomfield up, and these 3 Toyotas going 3 wide for second.
Well, it looks like it's going to hurt Carter Friesen in this, as he's going to get shuffled all the way to the top and just get freight trained back.
Trooper 501's going to move up top. He's got momentum here. But I don't think Simon Bloomfield's close enough to push him. Skull and Bones is going to take advantage on the bottom. They're coming around to the white flag. Simon Bloomfield is stuck up top with Carter Friesen 3 lanes back in the pack now. The AFK Master is going to lead them to the white flag one more time around. Anything can happen. Trooper 501 is now getting shuffled back. Pure Red and Blues RP and the 06 of that 2003 guy making the moves on the bottom. And unless the 37 can push the 39, he's going to lose out here. Because here comes VGO3 and Emmett Lashbrook.
And we apologize on behalf of the DriveThrough Racing Network of the broadcast issues from here. But it was that weather in the area that was here earlier.
Yes. The 1 moves to the outside. He's got a push from the 39. But it looks like the 23, the 06, and the 1 are going to make it unless... Here comes the 39. They're going to go 3 wide for 3rd place. This is the last of the transfer positions coming to the line. Pure Red and Blues RP just barely noses out both the 39 and the 82. Wow. Well, that was close. For the third of those transfer positions, 0.03 of a second. So the 23, the 06, and the 1 make it. And for the 13th race in a row, Simon Bloomfield and the 91 team are going home early.
I think on the end of year awards, we don't even need to put anybody else for the hard luck award. I think it's get automatically handed to Simon Bloomfield.
Look at that. This is for the last of the transfer positions. Fiji 03 was that close to making it. Skull and Bones so close as well. Wow. I mean...
Well, that's going to be a sad kegger in the garage area after this race.
Well, you know, the 39 is the best at those. So, let's move them to the main roster. The 23, the 06, and the 1 are going to the Pepsi 240. And for once, we don't have to sit through that terrible process of moving people from practice results to a qualifying order.
For now.
Yeah. For this week, at least. So the 1 of Pure Red and Blues RP. The 23 of To AFK Master, who I'm sure a lot of people aren't very happy with right now. As well as the 06 of that 2003 guy, if I remember correctly. Running the Cleveland Browns paint job.
Yeah, all these people could have it worse. They could be Jeff Green, and everybody knows everything is Jeff Green's fault.
You gotta stop with that. No one gets that joke.
Tropical does. Tropical gets it.
So we've got 42 drivers. We've got 96 laps. And the first round of the Chaseoffs. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. We make sure to turn yellow flags back on. Cannot forget that. Gatlin Downey very unhappy with not making the race, and you can already see the 59 hauler just straight up leaving the event.
It's just sad to see all these good teams go home. That's the way the Sim series. Sometimes you make it, sometimes you don't, and sometimes you're Simon Bloomfield.
So, unfortunately, we also can't watch qualifying, which means we just have to simulate it, and we'll watch the results as they come in here.
Okay, buddy, fire it up here. Remember, one switch at a time.
I don't know why we have to have the camera operators do their union break during qualifying, but we have to miss qualifying, just watch the automated timing and scoring. It's very sad. So I'm curious, who do you think is going to be the winner of tonight's race?
I think it'll be a classic battle of attrition. I mean, we saw in the first Daytona race, after all of the chaos, all of the wrecking, there was just a 5-car battle to the finish, and Luke Rainey was able to come up top. And I think if Luke Rainey is in that position again, he will definitely win it. But it's Daytona. You can never say what's going to happen. I think we're going to see a pretty big wreck pretty early on here. We saw, the accident they had in the first duel and how amazingly close they came to wrecking in the second duel. I feel like these guys are going to be really aggressive out of the gate and might ruin some chase-off hopes early on.
Well, seeing Talladega, though, that does give me hope for this race.
It's true. They were clean at Talladega, but this is a bit of a different beast.
Yeah, after seeing all 1 attempts at the Daytona 250, because there was only ever one, anything else is a figment of your imagination, you never know how it could end.
So the drivers should be finishing their first laps about now. Here we go. First laps coming in. DS Gaming up top early on, 27.859. Then it's Anthony plays Pure Red and Blues RP, and These guys will have a chance to set another lap, so I feel like we'll see this whole order change up. Luke Rainey immediately standing out. He's at the bottom. So is Pure. 40th and 41st. I hope those guys do better the second time around.
Well, some of these drivers use the first lap just to go higher on the track and get a good speed for the second lap, so I just hope that's what they were doing. Well, unless you're DS Gaming or Anthony Plays.
So as these drivers are completing their second laps, I have a bigger question for you. Who are the top 4 going into Homestead going to be?
Well, that's actually an interesting question. I wrote it down somewhere, but I can't remember for the life of me what it is. So I'm just going to go find my piece of paper.
You wrote it on a piece of paper? There's a Discord channel for this.
Shush.
Did you not type it in there?
I also wrote it in there.
There you go. 61-201-84.
Well, I mean...
Pure, Luke Rainey, Xander M, and F1 fan. Really? You don't think What Incarnation's going to make the Final Four?
Well, I'm afraid that he might try and do his dumb mistake again and add Pepsi to his fuel. But...
Oh, man. With the number of times he's finished second, I feel like he can... I don't know, man. He's just been so fast all year long. He's had some bad luck, but I think Carnation's going to do it. I think he's going to make the Final Four. And I think these drivers have finished their second laps. DS Gaming is 2.5 tenths ahead of everybody else.
We're going to have to check that restrictor plate after the race just to make sure it's legal, but...
I'm gonna do a restrictor plate check right now. By popping up N ratings, because this is 2.5 tenths. All right, post-qualifying inspection on the number 16 car, and it's legal. 16 car is running fully normal ratings, and yeah, I mean, that is just a fast car. So we'll look at qualifying. DS Gaming first. Anthony Plays 32 in second. Then it's Pure Red and Lose RP. Kumon Cup Series. The big one 53.95. Xander M, the first of the Chaseoff contenders, in sixth. Then it's Fireball 398. Chase the Coyote. Cody H Gaming. Savage Toy Show in 10th. But it's Daytona. Qualifying doesn't matter that much. Or does it? We're going to jump on over to the command. Because I feel like if you're at the back and there's an early wreck, it's not a great chance of getting through there. Luke Rainey and Pure are still 40th and 41st. Anyways, time to get ready here for the Pepsi 240 and the most famous words in motorsports.
Gentlemen, start your engines!
Nice evening, long day. It's going to be a lot of adjustments. It's going to be a lot of fun, guys. This is a real race here. We're going to have a blast tonight. I can't wait to get out there and get going.
These guys are eager to get out on track, really speeding it up coming out of the pits. So importantly, let's take a look at where our Chaseoff drivers are. You can be able to tell who they are by the light blue roof numbers, splitters, rear wings, and window banners. And
rear spoilers.
We've got a whole bunch of them on the outside here. Xander M is in, I gotta figure out what position he's in. 1, 2, he's in 6th. And then 2 spots behind him, Chase the Coyote in 8th. And then 2 spots behind him, Savage Toy Show. And then it's the 84, the 6. What Incarnation's up here doing pretty well for himself. As is KHP01 and the 98, but way at the back as Mitchell Collins is pulling off the track.
Well, he doesn't seem to be slowing down. He's just...
on the apron. It's could be an issue. I don't know. Something's up with the 10 car.
Gravity-fed fuel cells?
But here we go. The 85, the 2, and the 61 way at the back of the pack.
Though, judging by Daytona's insanity, Pierre might actually be taking a good strategy and just sticking back and avoiding the wrecks. Him and Clutch Rainey can just get up to the front later on.
But a lot of these chase-off drivers will be battling for the lead early on here. You can see that 4 of them on the top side as well as the 84. So within the top 12, 5 of your chase-off drivers. Mitchell Collins is on the apron here, and he's going to pull into the pits. So he's losing his spot in line. Something is up with the 10 car already. We haven't even started this race. So the Chevrolet Camaro pace car will pull in. We are getting ready for 96 laps under the lights here at Daytona. Green flag is out, and we are racing in the Pepsi 240.
And it's already looking like they're going to go 3 wide.
The 44 of Kumon Cup Series is pushing the 32 to the top, and back in the pack you can see a lot of these guys making aggressive moves to the bottom. The 8 of KHP01, What Incarnation making moves to the front. Xander M is trying to find a line with some space. Anthony Plays in the 32 has started on the outside, already falling way back on the top, as these guys are spreading right out down the back straightaway. We definitely have 3 lanes at a couple points through here. Xander M on the top side is going to lose out here, and F1 Fan, who started in 12th, is already first of these chase-off drivers. And as the field comes out of turn 4, you can see just how close they are. Here comes the big one, 53.95, making a move to the inside of DS Gaming for the lead.
It's just it's insane how much they're just pushing at this beginning. It's 96 laps and they feel like they got to win on lap 1.
Well, if the Sim Series is anything, it is aggressive and it is chaotic. You could look at how close these guys in the bottom line are.
Cody H. Gaming's up to 2nd after starting, what, 6th?
Cody's making a move to the top here for 2nd place. Seeing if this top line has any speed, but DS Gaming is going to leave him and push him up top, and they're going to go 3 wide here at the front. F1 Fan into 2nd.
Maybe Cody H. Gaming can use that hot rod and get up to the front of the pack, but you never know.
What Incarnation has stuck on the bottom here, and he's making quite a few moves. Already up into the top 5. Pushing DNP10.
Wide.
Oh, the 1 is in the middle. Be careful. Xander M on the top. He could be in trouble here.
Cody H. Gaming up in the wall.
Oh, be careful. They survived 4 wide through 1 and 2. I was so concerned we would have a massive wreck there. Oh my. 32 down a little bit. The 7 in the wall. There goes the 6. McSpookboy hard into the wall. The 57 goes around. The 55's in it. Jan's in the 47. And I don't know if I can call it the big one, but it is certainly a big wreck. Pure is involved. The 85 of Hello I'm You with a whole bunch of damage.
Mitchell Collins makes it through, surprisingly, which could help after his weird pace lap.
Lap 4 of 96, and it is all kicking off. Oh no. The
and
85.
Pure, your Chaseoffs contender.
The points leader. The points leader. He'd worked so hard. He was 1 position to the good. Starts the chase-offs in the lead. And that 61's destroyed. Absolutely destroyed. You know, we knew all along it would be chaotic here at Daytona, the first race of the chase-offs. But on lap 4, to have 2 contenders with a whole bunch of damage. Wow. Let's go back and see what happened here. They survived going 4 wide, but not much beyond that. Let's take a look at some of this carnage. So we see through 1 and 2, Pure Red and Blues RP is squeezed between Asteroid Strike and Fireball. Cody gets into the wall, and he slows down up top, but they survive going down the back straightaway. And at this point, I thought they were good. You can see DNP makes a move to the bottom for the lead. Where did this wreck start? I know it was the 6 and the 7. So McSpookboy chased the Cody. Spookboy goes to the bottom, and he's trying to make it 4 wide. Gets into the 57 and the 7, and the rest of the wreck just cascades from there.
I think this is just McSpookboy trying to put it somewhere it couldn't go. Just, it was too narrow.
It was way too narrow. The 57's on the bottom, and so that's the initial wreck. He gets into the 44. They go into the wall. But it hits Priya McShane, who comes down and gets the 47, the 55, and then Michael Deitch bounces off the wall back down into the pack, and there's the big damage to the 85 Hello I'm You, and Pure's actually okay at this point.
Yeah, how does he get his damage?
Oh no. Oh no!
Oh,
Pure.
Sides.
Oh no! He got through most of the wreck, and then...
And just drives it into drive-through, just attempts to drive-through.
DriveThrough's coming up the track. He was sideways too. He's trying to recover. Pure doesn't have time to turn right. Ends up running into the back of him, and that's the big damage to the 61. This is Canadians crashing into each other at the back here.
It's like Canada's worst driver.
So, looks like all the damaged cars are going to pit, but some of the clean cars are coming in as well. DS Gaming, you got the 98, the 8, and the 7. Well, I guess the 7 had damage, but for KHP and Asteroid Strike, looks like a little top off here. Maybe some adjustments here, getting used to the cars early on. So that's going to drop them to the back, which, as we've seen with Pure, isn't always the safest place.
But if it ends up paying off in the long run, and they get a win, that puts them to Homestead, if I recall correctly.
And with all these damaged cars, this could get pretty chaotic here. Spook Boy and Rusty Fighter both had a little bit of damage in the wreck. So they're taking some time to fix their cars. You can see Kumon Cup Series is he's taken a lot of time to fix the car. But it looks like the 6 and the 55 relatively clean coming out of the pits here. As they're still working on the right side of Kumon Cup Series car. So let's do a little bit of acceleration because we can. DNP pits now, which is interesting. He's going to move to the back. And I think Mitchell Collins is on the lead lap. He is. That's good. So
Mitchell Collins made it up to the front after that wreck. Just that far back.
So let's take a look at the retirees, and I'm afraid we're going to see some Chaseoff contenders out early. Pure has retired from the race, and he will be credited with a 40th place finish.
Major Chaseoff implications.
He might have to win his way in. I mean, that is huge. That's at least 150 points behind whoever's inevitably going to take the lead. So, Pure is way at the back. The 85, they got it fixed. They're in 29th. And the 55 and the 6, 36th and 37th. Those Chaseoff drivers who have come and repaired some of their damage. But Hello You had a destroyed rear end. Yeah, it's not there. So he's going to be slow here. That's a whole lot of rear end damage. And I think he's got some front end damage as well. But you never know. I mean, with a whole lot of wrecks, he could end up finishing within top 20, maybe even the top 15.
We do have just under 90 to go in all of this. Just think about that.
But look at all these wrecked cars. Priya McShane DriveThrough doesn't have a rear end.
Priya McShane has just had the worst luck all year of people who actually made races.
Jans has got a little bit of damage. So there's the 3. All of these guys back here have at least some signs of where Hunter B doesn't have a rear end at all. Wow. And that has flipped this race upside down. The lights are off on the pace car, which means we're only going to pace one more time around here. And look who's in the lead.
What incarnation trying to just ruin my entire picks? Isn't he?
Well, let's go back and see how he got into the lead, because I know...
Maybe he stayed out.
I know he definitely stayed out. Because Mitchell Collins is in...
Good point.
19th, so everyone in front of him stayed out. But was Carnation really in the lead? He was behind DNP, who we know pitted the second time around. I know this is a lot of reverse here, but I just want to be sure. Yeah, he was. So coming through 3 and 4, he made the move on the big one. And with DNP pitting, Carnation puts himself out front, which I honestly think will be the safest place here. If you're going to avoid the carnage, stay in front of it. Oh, I should put who the co-announcer is in the description. We already have 2 dislikes. What is... Alright, guys.
I wouldn't be surprised if one was Mitchell Collins, but...
Man, I was going back and watching old Sim Series rounds, and I remember at the end of, I think Talladega, there were a bunch of people saying, like, this is the worst race ever. That just annoys me. I feel like it doesn't actually push me to do better. It just makes me cheese the bad commenters and people who dislike videos. Anyways.
Could be shredded cheese, which is always worse.
Could be.
Wait, we just had William in chat, but...
Anyways, pace car pulls in for lap 8 of 96. Green flag is out. What incarnation out front.
Already fanning out too wide for the back of the pack. But for the front 5, they're single file.
And now I have 5 dislikes, so I guess I'll just stop making the Sim series.
Well, once you mention dislikes, more people dislike as
we have
a
4.
joke.
It worked. What incarnation leads? Big 153 moves to the top, and it's Thick Daddy in second with a push from the 1 and the 38 on the inside. F1 fan moves up out of the way, but he's going to have a chance to get back in line here. Cody H Gaming leaving a bit of a gap in front of him. And Thick Daddy now to the inside of What Incarnation for the lead.
It's interesting to see Thick Daddy down there on the bottom, trying to get underneath What Incarnation, but if he can get off to the lead and spoil the Chaseoffs, that would be major.
Well, what it's allowing the 84 F1 fan now to get past What Incarnation on the inside, and with a push from Cody H Gaming, going to move to the bottom of the 38 as well. F1 fan is taking advantage of Carnation being pushed up top, moving to the front now. And we are seeing this pack is so much more spread out than it was before. Carnation's going to move the 38 up and try to make this middle lane work. If he can get down in front of F1 fan, he does. That's a pretty good job of not getting shuffled back, isn't it?
Well, for What Incarnation it is, but for the 38, he's just going to get freight trained unless he can get pushed by that 2003 guy, which it looks like he might be.
Carnation to the bottom for the lead now. He's going to try and retake it from Thick Daddy. As they're going 3 wide in this little group behind them, you can see the pack is much smaller than it used to be. A lot of these damaged cars are falling back. Unfortunately, it looks like Chase the Coyote off pace as well. So is the 6. So with a long enough green flag run, they could end up going a lap down. So, oh, the 55 here as well. All these slightly damaged cars getting stuck behind the 85 and the rest of these more damaged cars. And as such, they're not in the draft of the main pack.
Well, it's not unprecedented for the Sim Series to have slow cars being a major factor in the race, so you never know with Daytona again.
Xander M has worked his way up into the top 5 here, but stuck in the top, not a whole lot of help with him. Pure Red and Blues RP is going to move up to the top. Carnation stays in the lead. The 01 almost gets squeezed between the 53 and the 84, but it looks like they might be able to get to the inside of the 1, and they do. They're going to go 3 wide for second. And in the middle lane, Xander M, he goes around the outside of F1 fan, and now looking to the bottom of Pure, or Red and Blues RP.
He just hits the NOS in the middle and just gets by.
And he's got a big run on What Incarnation. Xander M to the inside for the lead of the race, and at this point, the lead in the points standings. Xander M in the 01 into first place. And this lead pack is only 26 cars at this point.
But they are getting a little dicey, just lane changing all the time on the backstretch.
There was a little bit of 3 wide action, but it looks like they've calmed down a little bit since then. Sort of starting to spread out a little bit. Still some really aggressive moves. Pure Red and Blues RP halfway around the corner goes to the bottom of What Incarnation. And that's for 4th place.
Just think, if that's for 4th place, that's going to really start to shuffle back What Incarnation. That could have really shaken his confidence a bit. So he might not make as much.
Well, he's still on the bottom. And it looks like LaFlinzone willing to work with him here. So not too bad for Carnation just yet. As the 81 and the 1 go to the bottom. It's going to move the big one up top, and with this line forming, he could get shuffled back pretty far here.
Well, it's a little loose right now, so he's just going to dive in there.
Yeah, it looks like the guys
won't die.
hooked together on the bottom going into 3, having a little bit of trouble holding their speed. Carnation's had enough of the 1. He's going to go to the bottom now. This is for 4th again.
Well, he might get picked up by forming outside lines. They're 3 wide further back in the pack.
And that'll be the 8 of KHPO1, the last restrictor plate winner here in the DriveThrough Sim Series, who's... With these guys going 3 wide like this, they're going to lose a lot of time, and they might lose the draft to the leaders here. This pack has really, really spread out. You can see the 60 and the 2 further back. Could be strategy, but it could also just be a lack of speed.
It's amazing how disjointed this pack has become, though.
Yeah, Xander M has just been chugging along in the lead. I mean, he's got 3 or 4 car lengths over Thick Daddy, and then everybody else struggling to keep up almost. Although with these guys going single file, it should be a little bit better. But lead pack now down to just 21 cars. You can see these 4 have really dropped back. Adria Fitzy, RacerFan 99, and then the 2 Chaseoff contenders of the 2 and the 60. But again, that could be strategy. They may have a plan to just stick together back there and make their moves later on. Still a long race ahead of us tonight.
Well, yeah, with, 81 to go? They still got a lot of racing to happen. And in the Sim Series, a lot of wrecking to happen.
An almost entirely single file here, although Anderson Reed is going to get shuffled back off What Incarnation. So the big one's going to have a look to the bottom of Thick Daddy for 2nd place. Thick Daddy's come close, but hasn't been able to make the pass on Xander M.
It just feels like it's almost like a short track race where you just get to the bottom and have somebody above you and you get the position. It's amazing.
Well, we've seen it, but not always through 3 and 4. Remember, we've seen guys make the move through the middle or just hang on to the outside. You can see Thick Daddy here entered 3 up top. So did the 1, and they're going to get around What Incarnation. So it's not always the bottom where the speed is. Maybe through 1 and 2, but definitely not through 3 and 4.
I wonder if there's just more bumps up or on the bottom in turns 3 and 4.
Or the cars are so loose that it's not easy to hold it down on the bottom, especially entering as low as these guys are. Thick Daddy's going to retake 2nd from the 53, and Pure Red and Blues RP going to take advantage as well.
It's amazing. A Ford is leading, but I don't think there's that many Fords up front.
And we might have to deal with a little bit of lap traffic. The 47 and the 48 both damaged cars, and them running side by side like this must really slow them down. You can see they're coming into the tri-oval, and the pack's coming out of turn 4.
I don't know what Spitfire and Johns are attempting to do here, but...
Build a wall, perhaps. These guys are only going 171, and the pack's going 191. Pure Red and Blues RP now having a look to the bottom of Thick Daddy, and he will get the nose underneath, and through 1 and 2 the bottom will stick. But they're going to approach these lap cars who have gone across the track, and it's going to slow everybody down.
Yeah, and everybody just gets stopped up. And with Spitfire blocking the high side and Yanza on the low side, just nobody's trying to make it 3 wide and make a move.
This has crunched the pack right back up. My God. Something's got to give here. And I hope it doesn't involve some sort of wreck. Xander M is having a peek to the outside. Does he actually want to make that move, though?
Yeah, is he really going to force it 3 wide and probably kill everybody?
48 and the 47 are now side by side. Xander M will try going up top. This could be a winning move. He's got the speed over both of them.
And he's just going to clear the 2 slope, well, at least Spitfire. He clears Yainze on the low side.
You gotta stop.
As
So now the 47 and the 48 are both up top, and that's going to let the bottom line through. It's going to hold up everybody who's stuck on top, though, that's for sure. And you know what? Let's see where the second group is, because this might allow, you know, the 60, the 22, the 21, the rest of these guys to catch up. They're not too far back, although the 2 and the 21 just bumper hooked, coming out of turn 4 and almost wrecked. Look at this. See, Adria Fitzy looking at the inside of Jose the Potato.
just nearly dumps him coming off the turn.
Oh, and door slams the 2 in the process. That could have been dangerous. So the 47 and the 48 are side by side again, holding up another big group of cars, which means this lead pack has gotten even smaller. One Incarnation has closed right back up to Xander M. The 01, the 24, the 16, all these guys have led a handful of laps here so far.
Got a car length back to Pure Red and Blue's RP, but that's probably just going to give him a bit of a run, but if he doesn't get any help, what's the worth of the run?
So just 12 cars in this lead group now, which means
Gonna have a challenge for second.
If this second group forms up, they might be able to catch up, because now they definitely have Savage Toy Show and Luke Rainey, Adria Fitzy, and Jose the Potato on the back here. Although the 47 and the 48 are still side by side. So let's go to the front again. DS Gaming made the move to the bottom of What Incarnation. Pure Red and Blues RP going to follow him into third place. And
he might go 3 wide.
Mitchell Collins making a move to get in the middle, pushing What Incarnation to the top.
Comeback. What an impressive comeback, though, after dropping off to the apron for unknown reasons during the pace laps.
I think it was a tire problem, because it has not affected him. He's made that pit stop, and really is right in the thick of it again.
One might even say right in the thick daddy of it.
No. So second group is even smaller, and yeah, they've split up so much now because the 48 and the 47 are still going side by side. The bottom 5 has still stayed together, and now we've got this little pack of 7 cars, and then 12 cars at the front of the field, and no traffic to deal with for a little while. Chat is very in agreement with me over the puns, and I'm glad that they have support for me and no support for bad puns.
Well, I mean, I can always go back to Lake Lloyd and do some more fishing, if you would want me to do that, but if not, you're gonna live with some bad puns.
We're seeing this spread again at the front of the field. What Incarnation now down to 7th. Cody's actually going to let the 83 back in line here, and the whole front pack now, single file.
Good guy, Cody. And right as you say they're single file, they're gonna make it. They're just gonna put Pure Red and Blues RP to the high side.
DS Gaming had a big run and a big push from the 10 of Mitchell Collins. Now down to the bottom. Can they challenge the 01 for the lead? Xander M has led so many laps here today. 16's going to look to the outside. I don't think there's any speed there. Although maybe he's looking for a better corner entry. Because we've seen staying on the very bottom, coming into turn 3, those bumps are really slowing these guys down. So you can see the gap that DS Gaming has now over Mitchell Collins and the rest of these guys.
Well, as Nitro Gaming just put it, Xander M has just been demolishing the field this entire race. Put the blame on him.
No.
As they're 35 with Mitchell Collins in the middle and KHPO1 on the bottom, Pure Red and Blues on RP on the top, as he's just going to fall back on corner exit.
Chaseoffs contenders working together here, the 8 and the 24. Making their way into 3rd and 4th place. They're going 4 wide now. Cody H Gaming on the bottom. Midlife above him, then the 38 and the 1. We're going to survive, at least this time. So Xander M still has about a car length of the 16, but here comes lap traffic in the form of Hunter B. The 78 with no rear panel at all. It's going to force these guys to go high. Well, Xander's going to go high. The rest of the pack will stay behind the 78 for now.
You know, for not going high, I think they are not exactly pros. Maybe they could go buy some pro at Bass Pro Shops.
I'm actually going to kick you out of the booth. Xander M is not afraid to move up and around these lap cars, and as such, he has stayed in the lead here.
That is more like a 1.5 mile track lead than a 2.5 mile track lead.
It should close in pretty quickly here, though. This whole pack working together, and Xander M all alone will not have the speed here. KHP01, our Talladega winner, and What Incarnation, our Auto Club winner. These guys have certainly shown their speed on the big tracks. They're going to catch right up to the 01, and here we go. We've got 3 Chaseoffs drivers battling for the lead.
I wonder if the Chaseoffs drivers may have just gotten a bit of a special plate. But,
Instead of a special plate, I think these guys are maybe more aggressive than the rest of the field. This whole championship is on the line, and you can see how quickly it can go to dust like it has for the 61 of Pure.
Well, the top 2 are probably just thirsty for a win to get locked into Homestead.
So What Incarnation, Xander M, 2 Pepsi-sponsored cars here in the Pepsi 240. First and second, only about half a car length apart, and we've got more lap traffic to deal with. It's the 85 of Hello I'm You and the 44 of Kumon Cup Series. Both of these cars damaged. Hello I'm You, who is in the Chaseoffs, in danger of going a lap down here. Currently sitting at 34th place, not where he wanted to be.
Well, hopefully they'll be smart for once, and they're actually going to take the high side. And they're not going to take the high side.
They will take the high side, and Kumon Cup Series moves up, which will allow DS Gaming, Cody H Gaming, and KHP01 Gaming down at the bottom. And if they can push the 85 and then duck below him here, they'll be able to take the lead, and they will. So DS Gaming, by not going up top with the leaders, forces the lap cars too wide. And now here comes Cody H Gaming to the bottom. Gaming and Gaming at the front.
Fan favorite Cody H Gaming. If he could get a win, that'd be wildly popular with the fans.
Almost guaranteed the most popular driver here in the Sim Series. Cody H Gaming is going to lead lap number 29 of 96, but his lead will be short-lived because here comes KHP01 along with the 38, the 1, the 10, and the rest of these guys coming through on the bottom. Xander M is still stuck behind the 85, and with these lappers going too wide, they're holding up 3 of our Chase-Off competitors. And you know, the more of these guys fall back into the second group, the faster that second group is going to be. So I wouldn't be surprised if this lead group eventually gets caught up by a peloton of cars. Xander M is really, really not happy over the radio right now. Just stuck behind the 85 and now stuck behind the 44, this whole line of cars. F1 Fan tries to look to the inside and now finally gets underneath Kumon Cup Series. So the lead pack now down to just 8 cars.
I wonder, will the lead pack get too small and will just get swallowed up by the second bigger pack? Will the second pack just spread out too much and it'll just be a bunch of little packs of cars? You never know.
So with the 44 on the outside now, if that 2003 guy can get by them quickly, this second pack will be 10 cars. So 10 cars in line, Should theoretically be faster than 8 cars in line, but these guys aren't quite as close together, and they're busy battling here. So What Incarnation in the lead of this second group, looking to close down on the new leader, Zone, in the 38.
Well, he's just going to get pushed to the high side, Zone 37 in the 38. So
KHP and Mitchell Collins moving out front. And these guys are going to have another group of lap cars to deal with. The 6, the 55, a couple of chase-off contenders involved in that early wreck who are slowing off pace, as well as, of course, the 48 and the 47. Might provide a bit of a moving chicane and maybe something to close this lead group back up.
I wonder, will the chase-off cars who were involved in the wreck block a little more aggressively and hope to get another caution?
They could certainly use one. Staying on the lead lap here will be super, super important. So a little bit of battling in this lead group, splitting them up a little bit. You can see the 01 Xander M as well as the 53 not too far back. And I think they might be able to bridge this gap.
J24 isn't doing all that bad this race. After missing the chase-offs, after missing their first race at Daytona,
He's had a good year. And unfortunately for him, didn't show up to Daytona. They didn't have that team ready on time, but the 4 has certainly proved how quick he is. Xander M's coming to pit.
But he's going to be alone in the pits. That's never a good sign.
Certainly not at Daytona. And yeah, no one else has come in yet. They're going to leave him out to dry. But Xander M, one of these cars that stayed out, didn't pit on lap 5 to extend that run. Could be expensive here. But we might see some of these leaders respond, although they're being held up behind the 47 and the 48 yet again. And it's going to give Mitchell Collins the lead.
Mitchell Collins, again, after coming back. If he could win this race, it would probably be the comeback of the season.
Well, let's see if any of these guys decide to come in and get some gas. Yes, here comes the 1 and the 14. As well as the 12, 20, and 06. All these guys that stayed out got to get some fuel, but unlike Xander M, they're going to come in together. They'll be able to draft on their outlap and hopefully not lose too much time with the leaders. So this could be the saving grace for the drivers that did pit. Lost the track position under caution, but we'll have a little bit more fuel in the tank. Xander M coming out of the pits here. Kind of scared me for a second, but he's going to be a lap down now, and he does not want a caution, that's for sure. So in the lead, now Zone has repassed Mitchell Collins. But they're all going to pit. So DS Gaming is going to retake the lead with Midlife in second, and a lot of these lead group cars coming in response to Xander M. You see Luke Rainey also coming in the pits, so is the 60. And as the rest of these guys make their way back onto the track, they're going to lose a lap, at least briefly, to DS Gaming and Midlife 9999.
And all this has done is just spread the pack out more. It's really going to make it harder for an exciting finish. Unless we get a caution. Which is always the big if in the DriveThrough Sim series.
Midlife going to make a move to the inside here. Just 2 cars fighting for the lead. Remember, now that they're only in a group of 2, and especially when they're running side by side, they could lose a lot of time here. The lapped cars that stayed in a group will be able to draft their way around here, while you can see the 13, the 8, the rest of these guys kind of split up.
Feels like I could use a yellow right now.
A yellow right now would certainly shake things up. You can see the rest of these guys losing a lap. The 84, the 4, as, whoa. That 2003 guy coming very close to Cody H Gaming, who's trying to get onto track.
Just gonna buzz him. Why not?
So out front, DS Gaming is going to come in. Midlife now in the lead ahead of Zone and Mitchell Collins. And then Jared Preston plays YT is a lap down. He already pitted. KHP01 is in second. Oh, Midlife leads. The 38 and the 10 pitted. Midlife is in second. Sorry. KHP is in second. Mike PMC is in third. And RacerFan99 is in fourth. So they're really spread out among these cars that have pitted and are now a lap down.
It's just been a weird race.
Big Spook Boy's going to come in as well. He was about to lose a lap. Here comes Midlife into the pits. So taking over the lead of the race will be KHP01. Probably hoping for a caution right about now. Will be one of the only Chaseoff drivers on the lead lap.
I'm just surprised, other than that one incident with Cody H Gaming and Pattern 2003 guy, nobody has merged up at a dumb time so far.
Oh, this could get sketchy here. DS Gaming trying to get on track. He's not going to do it without losing a lap. So KHP01 still leads. The 13 of Mike PMC in second. And here they come down to pit. So they're both going to come in. Check for the 22 of RacerFan99. He's going to come in as well. So the next car back will be the 7 of Chase the Coyote. And he's also going to come in, along with Kumon Cup Series. So we should be completing the pit cycle now, as we can take over with what would be the leaders, the 38, the 10, the 14, the rest of these guys. Although they're going to have some 2 wide lap traffic in front of them, the 3 and the 55. LaFlinzo not scared to move up top. Mitchell Collins comes really close to the 38. They're all trying to get around the 3 who's pitting, as well as the 55 and the 6 who have recently finished their pit stops.
What was he trying to do there?
That's going to hold him up a little bit.
Looked like he was trying to dump him or side draft him.
Big dick energy.
And we have energy. Thanks, Chris. Crispy Fried Racer with the 79p. Or wait. Yeah, that's 79 pence. Oh! Trouble. Mitchell Collins really has to get out of it. He was on the apron coming out of turn 2 when KHP was coming out of the pits. Crispy says it's the payment for the visa next season. Appreciate it. It's the 06 of that end of 2003 guy. Bumper hooks the 10 of Mitchell Collins, sends him down the track, and he's got to really get out of it, because otherwise he would be running into the back of KHP01. Let's go on board with Mitchell Collins here. That was close. Could have been a race-ending crash right here. He just gets turned right here. Oh my god, at just the wrong time, and he has to slow down so much. I'm amazed that he didn't, 1, hit the back of KHP01, and 2, he didn't run into the side of that N2003 guy, but that's really going to cost him some time. He's losing out the drafts to the rest of these guys, and much, much slower at the moment.
That just shows the talent of these drivers in the DriveThrough Sim Series. Believe it or not, these people do have talent, regardless of what some races may make it look like.
So, LaFlinzone's going to retake the lead again. Jared Preston plays YT doing really, really well. That's a first for the 14.
James is donating, saying he needs help.
Big dick energy.
There's the energy. Thanks, James. Singing his favorite Beatles song, Help. What do you need help with? I'm concerned.
It's James. He needs his entire life to have help.
Skull, I'm going to have to ask you to leave chat right about now. Bad puns are against the Sim Series Code of Conduct. Anyways, top 5 now. The 38, the 14, the 06, and the 20. So the first of our Chaseoff contenders will be pretty far back here, actually. Pure Red Blues RP in 5th. Then it's Anderson, Reed, and DS Gaming fighting currently over 6th place. So 8th will be the 4 of Jake 24, which puts Xander M in a 9th. So you can see this little group that is formed, the 4, the 01, Mitchell Collins, Cody H Gaming,
Bree McShane gets
KHP01.
sent 3 wide.
Bree McShane's slow and is actually probably one of the more polite lap cars we've seen today.
Very much a change from her first appearance at Daytona.
So also on the lead lap, this little group of cars featuring none other than F1 fan Luke Raney and What Incarnation. Moving pretty quick here. They've got, looks like about 10 cars. And if they're in the third group, we could see the second group catch up to the leaders. They've only got 4 cars out front. Second group has 8. And the third group has, I think, 9 or 10. So we might see this all sort of converge together if we get a green flag run long enough.
Most of the people outside of the first pack are hoping for another pack to have a wreck so they can go to yellow. So they could really use just a quick catch-up with the front.
Jaron Preston Plays YT is going to make a move out of the lead. And the 14, which has struggled a little bit earlier on in the year. They had trouble qualifying. They had trouble finding sponsors. But now with Cedar Lake Speedway on the car and DEI and, of course, the YouTube of Jared Preston Plays YT, 14 in the lead here at Daytona. That would be an underdog win, wouldn't it?
Really would be. Really, I think almost anybody outside of the Chaseoffs, save for a select few drivers winning, would honestly be an underdog win. And a big spoiler, and would have major Chaseoff implications.
No. Big spoilers are next year.
I thought the DriveThrough Sim Series rules were against bad puns.
Anyways, lead group now just 4 cars. And I think they're all in the lead lap. Yeah, they are. Okay, that's good. So Ben Pye looking to make a move on the bottom here. That'll put him in the lead. And about to get lapped, Asteroid Strike and Thick Daddy. This will be huge for the 98. I don't think they've been that slow, but maybe he's been a bit unlucky through the pit cycle. You can see he's all alone right now. And it'll be expensive if he goes a lap down, that's for sure. Hunter says to learn from DriveThrough.
You know, something I've been noticing all of race is coming off of 2, they almost always dip 2 wheels at least on the yellow line.
I made custom LPs for this track, alright? Don't diss them. The 81 and the 98 going side by side. I try my best, I know they go below the line. The Thick Daddy's going to get a nice little push around the outside of Asteroid Strike, but going to end up losing a lap here.
Just every time they come off of 2 and hit the yellow line, just take a shot.
No.
And just get alcohol poisoning. It's fun.
DriveThrough Sim Series does not promote binge drinking.
But
They're actually,
Thick
Daddy's going to stay on the lead lap here. Ends up, I don't think the 81's off pace. Again, like the 98, I think he's just been slow. The 47, though, definitely is off pace. And he's going to hold up the 06, the 20, everybody. He's holding up everybody. He does move up the track, but so late that it ends up being more hurtful than good. And that's going to allow the second group of cars to catch up. Which, let's see where the third group is. They're still pretty far back. So they've had their own trouble with lap cars. And it looks like some of these cars are able to bridge the gap. Here comes the 4. Here comes the 01 of Xander M. And I think Spook Boy is a lap down. He is. But KHP isn't. So the Chaseoff drivers now in the lead pack, well, sort of, because it's kind of spread out, will be Xander M and KHP01. Although he's going to get held up behind the 47 here.
Yane Naze has been
You gotta
really
stop.
a nuisance to everybody on the lead lap this entire race. And I don't think he's going to be too popular in the garage area after this race.
So Ben Pye leads. Now he's trying to go around the outside of Thick Daddy, but that Air 2003 guy is just going to sit below him. And you know what? If the 06 can push the 81, they'll be able to work their way past the 20. But here comes LaFlinzo and making the move to the top. Doesn't want to follow through with the
Big
06's
energy.
plans. Oh, more energy. Oh my goodness. It's James again. He needs some milk, Mika. My god. You are so predictable, but so unpredictable at the same time.
It's just like he
Thanks
has
for the... Oh, Thick Daddy's going around. Oh, the 14's in the wall. Xanderem's
Oh my
involved.
God,
So is the 98. The one of Pure Red and Blues RP as well. Caution flag will definitely be out here. Lap 50 of 96. Xanderem's out. Xander M is out of the race after leading so many laps. He was in 5th place. It is all kicked off. Oh my. Oh my goodness. Let's go back and take this one apart because more chase-off hopes have just been squashed. It looked like it was all going well for Xander M. He was catching up to the lead pack.
Big dick
We
energy.
got more energy for this craziness. Thanks, Chris, again. One last dono for tonight. Thanks for the streams. Appreciate the £1.99. But let's... Why? It's lap 50. Oh, boy. So Thick Daddy moves up a little bit. That 2003 guy sticks the nose in. Oh, Thick Daddy was not clear. Not even close. And he backs into the 14 of Jared Preston Place YT. And that just splits this whole pack up. Xander M has nowhere to go. There is nothing that Xander M could have done in that situation.
Just
Up in smoke. The 81 comes down on him. He hits the 98 and the 1 and destroyed.
I can only guess where he was going on through the radio. Just, am I clear? Am I clear? And I bet you if we had an onboard, we'd just see him turn down. Or up. Whatever.
What?
I'm just impressed nobody hit the catch fence in this.
Let's go on board with the 06. See when he made this move. He's close behind Thick Daddy, coming out of turn 4. Stays above the yellow line, so it's a legal move. And Thick Daddy just comes down on him. I mean, you can see the 06 goes down to the apron. The 14, unfortunate. And the rest of these guys involved, it's so unfortunate because it's not their fault at all.
But, you know what? This brings a restart. And now we are just gonna have everybody bunched up for once.
Let's take a look at the helicopter cam.
I'm on pit road past the commitment cone.
Oh, thanks 5395 for following me on Twitch. Well, I don't know, because Thick Daddy didn't really come down. The 38 and the 20 are there. I don't know if there's much he could have done. They all just kind of squeezed in going into the tri-oval. I honestly don't know if he could have done much different. And he backs into the 14. Xander M gets on the brakes here, and it looked like he was making it through, but Thick Daddy comes back down across the track. And Asteroid Strike 9 also, well, actually doesn't look like he has a whole bunch of damage. He's not out of the race in the same way that Xander M is, but the 98's certainly involved. Let's go on board with Xander M and witness the heartbreak, really.
And let's not listen to into his radio because it would just play you a bunch
Yeah,
of
that's not
clips.
TV friendly.
Like, is anything he says
Reckon.
TV friendly?
He gets on the brakes well enough, but Thick Daddy comes back down, and nothing Xander M could have done. Thanks, Tropical, for following me on Twitch. I
Rammed him and just
thought you already did that. Wow. Wow. Huge chase-off implications. That's for sure. So now we're going to finally get a look at how crazy this order is, and everybody will be bunched up yet again as Ben Pye will pick up the pace car. He's currently waiting for him outside of turn 2. Wow. So with Xander M out, KHP is first of the chase-off drivers. Spook Boy's a lap down. The 85 is 2 laps down. Oh my goodness.
this is just
What
an
Incarnation
insane race.
15th. F1 Fan 17th. Luke Rainey 19th. Savage Toy Show 23rd. Rusty Fighters a lap down. Chase the Coyote 25th. And yeah, Hello I'm Used 2 laps down. The 01's in the pits, but could be the end of his day here. So lead lap cars will drop to the bottom here and go for their pit stops. Except Midlife is staying out. What a weird call. I don't think they won't be able to go to the end from here. Because we saw they can only do about 30 or so laps on fuel.
Maybe they're banking on getting another yellow and coming down then. But even then,
it could work out. I mean, if we get a yellow within 20 laps, then the strategy will work. But that's still very optimistic. And he won't have fresh tires, which means you might have more trouble holding on to the bottom, especially through 3 and 4. We've seen how much those bumps affect these guys. Did the 20 take 4 tires? Yeah, he did. Okay, he just had a big lead coming in.
Just had a thick boy lead coming in.
No. Oh, did I miss it? Pantalica followed me on Twitch. And 5395 hosted me. Thanks, guys.
Next time I try and go to the commentator's booth, am I just going to be met with a pad block?
Oh, you're not going to have the key to it.
Can I at least get the media pass so I can at least...
You can take pictures, yes. Jared Preston plays YT, who was pretty heavily involved in that wreck. After leading some laps here, the 14, unfortunate. Down in 19th. I think he'll be the last on the lead lap. They're still towing Xander around. As these guys are doing their usual weird stack-up thing, but not running into each other, so I guess that part is good. They'll get themselves figured out here. So I think lap cars will pit this time around. And at that point, we can speed things up a little bit.
So under this yellow, I have a question to ask for you, DriveThrough. What do you think of next season having the team aspect added to this?
Oh, it'll be interesting, and I think it'll be dramatic. We've seen a lot of these drivers don't really care who they're running into, and we might see some family feuds, if you will. But it's certainly fun for the silly season. I mean, those of you who've kept up in the Discord, first of all, thank you. Second of all, I hope you've enjoyed... Oh, thanks, Rusty, for following me on Twitch. I hope you've enjoyed the little bit of silly season action we've had so far. Obviously, much, much more to come in the off-season, including the B-Series announcement and all of that fun stuff. But yeah, I mean, contract signing and... and team battles and championships and all that fun stuff. And even like Sim Series and B Series affiliated teams. It goes deep. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. It's, I think, bringing a whole new layer to the Sim Series, and very, very welcome.
And if you're not a part of the Discord, join the Discord. So that way you can keep up on the Premier Series, next year's B Series, all the fun stuff that goes on, and even talks about the Arcus Bright Series.
Alright, so let's take a look at the standings. We still have 26 cars on the lead lap, which is kind of impressive, 53 laps into this race. Midlife 9 stays out of the pits. He's in the lead. So DS Gaming stayed out as well? Did he? No, DS Gaming pitted. Did he? Hold on. I think DS Gaming might have stayed out. Let me get a confirmation here.
I could have sworn I saw him in the pits.
No.
Really? It's a risky move.
So DS Gaming, who was in 10th place, also stayed out. So the 16, the 83, the 8 stays out as well. So does Mike PMC. This is some interesting strategy. RacerFan 99 stays out. So does DNP 10. And does Chase the Coyote stay out? He does. So Chase the Coyote up into 7th. Well, so the first of the cars who pitted will be, I think, LaFlynn Zone. And no, it'll be Ben Pye in 9th. And then everyone behind him is pitted.
Have all the people who haven't pitted made an alliance that when they do pit, if it's under green, they will work together.
That sounds very complicated. The Sim Series drivers can't handle 8 laps without crashing. I don't think they can handle, group pit strategies. So,
Well, you never know.
McSpookboy, who's not on the lead lap, is for some reason starting in the outside line, even though he's behind the leader. I don't know what the hell why. Anyways, we were looking at the standings. Midlife leads ahead of DS Gaming, KHP01, although he's actually 4th on the top rows and 3rd. Then it's Mike PMC, RacerFan99, DMP10, Chase the Coyote in 7th, which I think is the best he's done all day. LaFlynn Zone, and then Ben Pye, the first of the cars who have pitted. So 8 cars stay out, and they're going to have to pit, I think, like within 15 laps. They're hoping for another caution. And with this pack all closed back up, and with these wrecked lap cars up at the front on the bottom, maybe that strategy will pay off. Maybe not. We'll see. So for lap 55 of 96, the Chevrolet Camaro pace car will pull into the pits. We have 26 cars on the lead lap. 42 laps to go. Green flag yet again here at Daytona.
And already further back in the pack, Mitchell Collins is going to try and make it 3 wide.
Midlife gets a pretty good start here. McSpookboy's going to push him around the outside of the 85, who we know is off pace. This could get dicey going through 1 and 2 with all these damaged cars in the bottom. The driver's got to be careful getting around the outside. And they especially have to avoid going 4 wide at any point. DS Gaming now looking at the bottom of McSpookboy. He's got to push from KHP01. They're going to be looking for 2nd place. The rest of the pack still stays pretty clean here. Although Hello MU providing a bit of a slowdown to everyone on the bottom. Which might end up splitting the pack up into some groups, as we've seen all day. So Midlife leads DS Gaming having a peak on the bottom, and Midlife's going to be nice enough to give him that spot.
Looked like for a second KHP01 was going to try and push him on the top, but Midlife 999 is just going to get shuffled back a little bit. I don't think there's going to be a gap there for him. There's not. Well, there is.
So you can see the 85 Hello MU still holding up a pretty big group of cars back there. So a lot of the guys that did pit end up on the back foot because at the back of the pack they're going to be a lot slower from the lappers. You can see Luke Rainey complaining on the radio about these lapped cars.
3 wide further back in the pack. That could get a little dicey.
That'll be McSpookboy, who's already a lap down, just letting some of these guys by. See if we can find some of our Chaseoff contenders who are stuck back here. The 24 of 1 Carnation, the 2 of Luke Rainey. 55's already a lap down, but for these guys, they need all the places they can get, and they're stuck behind the 47 again. Hello MU finally gets out of the way up top, but the 48 and the 47 are both on the bottom lane. They don't have anywhere else to go. So that group is still really, really tight together, and
04's going to try and force it 3 wide, try and make a few positions.
some sketchy moves here. Let's go back to the front. DS Gaming leads, and DNP10 has made his way up in a second. Midlife is getting shuffled back on the outside, as is KHP01. Mitchell Collins makes a move to the bottom of Mike PMC, as DNP makes a move to the bottom of DS Gaming for the lead of the race.
It's going to be interesting to think. Mitchell Collins, again, has made such an incredible comeback. But Chaseoff cars are not having a good day today.
Not at all.
See a spoiler.
really, with the 98 Asteroid Strike 9, that wreck was not very significant. I'm surprised to see that team retiring the car, but I guess something pretty important must be broken on that car. They're packing it up in the 98 camp and getting it in the truck, moving it on to Martinsville. So Mitchell Collins with a push from Cody H Gaming, going to move into the lead of the race. That 2003 guy and Anthony Plays also on the bottom side, moving up. KHP is going to join back down on that bottom line.
Good commentator boy is now in the chat. If only he could be up in the booth. Gonna get a little dicey. I've noticed that these cars almost always get dicey down the backstretch. It's honestly amazing that they haven't wrecked.
Nitro Gaming with word from the 98 team, broken an upper control arm in that wreck. I mean, it was a front corner impact. It's just so unfortunate. I didn't think it would affect them that much, but they are done for the day. And along with the rest of these guys, the 01, the 61, they're probably going to have to win their way into the Final Four. Going 3 wide here. Mitchell Collins gets moved up top and shuffled back, so Cody leads, but for how long? Here comes the 32 of Anthony Plays to the bottom. I think it's the second time Cody has led one lap and then immediately been shuffled back.
But fan favorite, if only this was like Formula E and he had fan boost, then he might have actually won a race by now.
Well, Cody H Gaming now down at a third. Here comes that NO 2003 guy making the move to the bottom. I think he's been near the front, but has not led a lap all day.
That NO 2003 guy who almost won last week, but also had to pit late, up front.
He's almost won a couple times this year. He came really close at Charlotte. He came so close at Darlington in that thrilling finish. Now he's going to lead again here at Daytona. Sporting the Cleveland Browns this week.
It's amazing. It's probably the only time you'll ever see the Cleveland Browns in front.
Ponzi Hunter says Cody H. Earnhardt Jr. Hasn't won a race yet, so. You're also calling him overrated. Anyways, we're not going to get into it. That 2003 guy out front. Mike PMC in second. Anthony Plays in third. We are seeing some new faces out front.
And I think that 2003 guy is just a little bit too out front. Down the back is going to get a good run on him. That's not going to be good for his lead.
And you can see the gap to the second group is pretty significant. Adria Fitzy, Ben Pye, the 12 of Anderson Reed, the rest of those guys are pretty far back. Which means, here you go, Luke Rainey and What Incarnation, 20th and 21st. No man's land right now for both of those Chaseoff contenders. They're going to need another caution. Although the front pack now being held up by Pure Red and Blues RP in the 1.
Really got dicey there going into 1.
And Mike PMC is going to take the lead on the outside 3 wide.
But for how long? He's not going to have any help. And that 2003 guy is just going to come down on the bottom.
It was a very bold move, and it almost worked out for Mike PMC. And, well, Cody H Game is going to stay on the outside as well. So will DNP 10. They're going to help the 13. No, DNP goes down to the bottom.
It's going to be a drag race coming to the line to see who can lead this lap. It's like a 2-car tandem race now.
Well, it looks like the 18 and the 06 on the bottom got it working out. Cody H Gaming is going to give up on Mike PMC and move to the bottom.
So now they're back down to single file other than the one car that's... and he's going to get in line, so top 6 single file. Got a good gap back. Single file as far as the eye can see.
Cody H Gaming now looking at the bottom. KHP is back up with them. Mike PMC back down into 5th. So lap 65 of 96, just over 30 to go. This lead group spreading out a little bit more now. Although I think some of that will have to do with the one of Pure Red and Blues RP. And behind them, the 6, the 04, the 22. A lot of fast cars with not a lot of help around them.
The 04 is just hoping to have a good weekend to rebound after a heartbreaking Darlington race.
And now DNP making the move for the lead.
So, pretty much the 2003 guy has no help. He's going to get shuffled back to the back of that line. And now the 18 is going to get a good lead. Oh, Savage Toy Show in chat saying that the one's going to have someone visiting him after the race.
Interesting. Some more silly season action. Cody H Gaming now to the bottom of DNP 10. Can Cody lead a third lap? Well, the 8 of KHP01 is going to move to the top. The 32 of Anthony is going to go to the bottom. But the Cody clear of the 18 and out front now.
Are you sure that saying that Pure Red and Blues RP is going to have someone visiting him a good thing or a bad thing? Might some tempers be flaring?
An audible roar from the fans in the stands. Cody H Gaming out front. 28 has been a fan favorite all season long. He has come close to success a couple times, notably in California at Auto Club Speedway. He's led a few laps here and there, but yet again it'll be one lap led and shuffled back. Savage Toy Show not happy with the one at all.
Just a conveyor belt this race. You get out of line and you just have nowhere to go. Looks like the front line is actually forming up a little larger now. As you have, what, 10 cars in it?
The front group, not the front line.
Shh.
They are getting a little bit together here. Chase the Coyote. He's sort of been at the tail end of this front group. Now with a push from Mitchell Collins, who we know has been fast. Starting to catch up a little bit now. As Anthony Plays takes a look to the bottom of DNP. You know, I think early on in these runs, when these guys have fresher tires, the bottom side through 3 and 4 works pretty well, but we've seen later on, the top side is actually at an advantage, especially midway through the corner where all those bumps are.
Michael Deitch saying he's going to have a word with 6 after this race.
Mike PMC making his way back up down the inside. The Spaniard, one of the few international drivers we have here in the DriveThrough Sim series.
Well,
He's had a pretty unlucky season. He's been involved in a whole lot of wrecks, some his fault, some not.
wait. Isn't the DriveThrough Sim series based in Canada? So that would make all of the American drivers international drivers.
We've had one race in Canada.
I mean, but it's
One
like
out of
8.
16. So, like, in the U.S., I would say he's international, and I don't know, maybe the Canadians are international, too.
Boom, just have Canada annex the USA.
Looks like maybe some lap traffic to deal with. Hello, I'm you, who is, at this point, already 2 laps down. Might go a third here, as Anthony and the rest of these guys are catching up pretty quickly.
We're gonna have lap cars once again start to play a factor, but hopefully nobody will be holding up too much. Oh. We're gonna try splitting him, maybe.
Jacob, this is what
No.
you get for not showing up. The 32 goes around the outside, and Hello, I mean, is going to hold up everybody else. So Anthony Plays now with, I think, the biggest lead we've seen all day. And as the rest of this group struggles to get past the 85. It looks like KHP and that N2003 guy are going to suffer the most. Although KHP does find a spot in front of midlife on the bottom. And now the 85 is going to block him. So this will absolutely split up the tail end of this group, but it could allow this next little group of cars to catch up. The 04, the 12, the 4, the 22, the 6. I think it will allow them to catch up and give it enough laps. If they work with KHP and the rest of these boys, they will be able to catch up to the leaders. But for now, DS Gaming making the move under Cody H Gaming. These guys have had a huge draft to the back at 32 after he has had his massive lead all alone. Now having a look to the inside of Anthony, but Anthony's going to get a push from Cody. We got 2 Chevys on the outside, 2 Toyotas on the inside. And it looks like Anthony Plays will stay out front and clear of the 16.
That move down the backstretch was just a little dicey.
Here we go. Pitting. They're pitting together. The 16 and the 18. 2 of the guys that stayed out, we knew they had to pit. That strategy was never going to work out unless they had a caution, like almost immediately. McSpookboy's also going to come in. And that's going to cost them, I think. Actually, no, they can get to the end from here, can't they? Well, if they stay together and they don't get a caution between right now and when the rest of the leaders pit.
Well, it'll be a bit of a stretch since they do about 30 laps and what, 33 to go? 34?
We're on lap 73 of 96, Adria.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm dumb. It has been very obvious this entire race.
So we're going to have a pretty big sort of overlap between the 2 strategies, as Jans is going to sit on the bottom and hold up the 10 and the 06. Chase the Coyote will slow down from this as well, which leaves only 3 cars out front. Here comes the 18 and the 16 out of the pits, so they're going to be a lap down. Although they're staying together. And this could be some pretty high-level strategy work, because if they can back up to the 4 and the 22 and work with them, they could set some pretty quick laps and maybe make the undercut work.
More cars pitting.
Chase the Coyote, the 7, the 83, the 8 of KHP as well. Also, a bunch of guys that stayed out. They're going to respond to the 18 and the 16. And they're all going to go for fuel and maybe tires. Yeah, because they didn't pit under caution. They're going to have to take 4 tires. But the guys that did pit under caution, they might just splash and go. So this strategy work might not end up playing out for them. It's one of those things we'll just have to wait and see. We just have just over 20 laps to go. As Cody H Gaming is going to make another move to the bottom for the lead of the race.
They're going to be really aggressive for this lead, even though nobody has help. These people have just given me multiple heart attacks during this entire race.
And they're going to be side by side for the lead as the cars coming out of the pits go a lap down. Cody H Gaming into the lead for the 4th time today. 3 Chevy Camaros. 2 seconds clear of Adria Fitzy and the 06 and the 10. With them going side by side like this, we might see the next 3 cars catch up. Especially as they've got the 48's pitting, but they got to deal with the 1 here. Cody's going to split the lap cars, and the Flynn Zone gets held up a lot by Pure Red and Blues RP. Cody H Gaming out front by about a car length.
It's really, I think at the end now, unless something catastrophic happens, and of course, this is the Sim series, that can happen. I think it's going to come down to 28 or 32 to win. Anthony
Plays now making a move to the bottom. These guys are leapfrogging each other, but Every time they go side by side, they are slowing right down. Adria Fitzy now in third, past the 38, the 06 and the 10. They've all gotten past the 1. If these 4 cars can line up, well, that 2003 guy is not going to do it. He wants this easy pass on the Flynn zone, and he's going to take anything he can get.
But it's just been a disappointing day for those Chaseoffs drivers. You have to admit.
First place of the Chaseoffs drivers right now will be Chase the Coyote. And you know what? I think Sander M's going to be happy about it. So will the Pure 61, because they had such unfortunate accidents. They want the rest of the Chaseoff drivers to do as badly as possible. And right now, the 7 is a lap down because he's already pitted. So the 8 has also pitted. The first Chaseoff driver is Luke Rainey in 11th. Because Luke pitted under caution. Although he's all alone right now, he's not had a whole lot of help. If we get another yellow, this too will be in position to battle for the lead. He started at the back, but he hasn't been particularly slow. As we go to the front now, where a bunch of drivers are being held up by cars coming out of the pits, as well as the 78, who is very, very damaged. So Anthony Plays leads by a pretty good amount over Cody, and this pack has to get together, get around Hunter B, and maybe then they'll be able to catch up to the leaders. Of course, these guys are still going to have to pit one more time before the end.
And due to the Sim Series, so they just come up on a lap car. And it's not out of the ordinary to have lap cars be used as weapons, wreck people. Whole lots of shenanigans have gone on in the past with this. With them.
Cody H Gaming with a big run to the back of Anthony Plays. Let's see where he's going to take this momentum down the back straightaway. Having a look to the inside of the 32. These two cars have just gone back and forth for the lead over and over. And Adria Fitzy, I think, has caught on to the draft. So it's not just 2 cars battling for the lead now. Adria Fitzy's done a good job of getting around those lap cars. And here comes the 04 to the bottom of the 32.
Gonna go for second. Try and make up after a disappointing Darlington. Gonna have the help on the inside because, well, Cody H Gaming is there giving me a draft, and to the second goes the 04.
Has a run coming out of 2, but where to go now?
The interesting is the 04 has all body panels on.
Which,
really
this late into the
ordinary.
race, is certainly unusual. Adria Fitzy looking at the bottom of Cody H Gaming for the lead of the race. Not going to be a popular move, but something the 04 will definitely be celebrating. Adria Fitzy into the lead, and we're going to cross the line here with 15 laps to go. And 3 cars clear out front, the 04, the 28, and the 32. Although they all definitely have to pit one more time. Anderson
And
Reed has made his way into 5th place, and with the draft from the 06, they might be able to catch the leaders, especially with this group of lapped cars in front of them.
That is a large pack.
And they are going very, very slowly. We've got 3 Chaseoff drivers in here, the 60, the 55, and the 84. And the 55 is about to go 2 laps down. The 60 and the 84 are about to go 1 lap down. But this whole group of cars is so slow.
If anybody can get around them that's on the lead lap,
Well,
that would just be amazing in and of itself.
It's certainly going to allow the 06, the 12, the 10, and the 38 to catch up. You know, I think it's Kumon Cup Series. We've seen he was slow and off pace before, and I think he was holding back some other lappers while the leaders were catching them, and all these groups converge into probably one of the biggest packs we've seen in a little while.
And, well, it's going to be really hard if you're like the 04 and caught on the top side and have to pit.
So Cody's trying to go on the bottom. Oh, contact between the 60 and the 84.
F1 fan almost wrecked in front of the entire pack.
But they saved it. And I'm amazed that they saved it.
That just was amazing work of driving.
That was a big wreck waiting to happen. Adria Fitzy's going to get moved up to the top by the 32 and shuffled back here. Although, see how slow the 44 is. That might work out for Adria. Getting right up next to the wall, looking for a big run down the straightaway. But here comes the 44 moving up the track, all while they're catching the 55. So
What is this?
the big one on the bottom slow. They're 3 wide, all tied up together. So will that allow these 4 cars to catch up? We'll see. Oh, Adria's in the wall.
Oh,
And
Who
Cody's
else
going to
here?
pit. The 12 will pit as well. So will his 60.
it's gonna trap the 04. The 04 is in the 10.
So
2 rivals from the past are gonna have to work together.
Cody H Gaming is going to pit a lap earlier, at least, than everyone else in this lead group. And with... Although I guess they slowed down when they all got into the wall. So that might give Cody the advantage. They've got less than 10 laps to go now. Which means the new leader, or I think the 32 is still in the lead. The 06 is in second. Let's see what Anthony does here. Yeah, he's got to respond. Here comes the 32 to the pits. The 38 as well, but crucially, the 06, the 04, and the 10 will stay out.
Those 3 former off-track rivals will have to work together. And are they gonna try and stretch it on fuel? Can they? Is the bigger question.
Well, that N2003 guy gets clear of this slow traffic here. The 81 of Thick Daddy, who Adria Fitzy's having some trouble behind here. Wonder if... I was going to say, I wonder if Mitchell Collins wants to work with Adria, and that is a definite no. He's going to move to the bottom and see if the... Cody's back on track. And he is on the lead lap. So I don't think he took any tires. I'm pretty sure that was just a splash and go. So Thick Daddy and the big one are both going to pit. They're already a lap down pretty much.
I think they're playing the fuel strategy perfectly. Because as you mentioned, just getting a splash and go, they don't have that much that they need to put in.
So, crucially, Anthony plays. Endel Flynn Zone coming out of the pits. Cody H Gaming still out of turn 2. And with Jake 24 looking underneath him here, that is the gap between pitting 1 lap later. Although they're still getting up to speed here. I don't know if Cody can get close enough to the 32. So now that N2003 guy will pit, so will Priya McShane and Adria Fitzy and Mitchell Collins.
They're gonna have draft coming off the pits. That could really help them.
But you never know what the lap traffic is going to do. When Carnation also came in for his stop. So in the lead will be the 32 and the 38. And that's going to be a disadvantage to Cody unless he can catch up to and work with the 4 and the 12. And they've got the 85 between them too. He's a slow lap car. Still got more of this pit cycle to figure out who's even in position to win this race.
Yeah, I remember at the beginning, we were all predicting lots and lots of chaos. We were all talking about pack racing and big wrecks. And whilst we haven't seen much pack racing and big wrecks, this has still been an entertaining and chaotic race in its own right.
It's a lot like the Daytona 250. I mean, you see a big wreck at the start, splits the pack up, and then these slow lap traffic that the rest of the guys have to work around, splitting the packs up further and further, and makes for these little groups chasing after each other all around the track, and good action.
Mitchell Collins gonna hold him up a bit.
So in the lead right now is Adria Fitzy, who came out of the pits. Looks like got a pretty good stop here. Although this pack will definitely catch her at some point. The 04 right now, over a second clear of that N2003 guy. And they've only got 8 laps to go.
Currently, the 04 is hoping Priya McShane does exactly what she did during the Daytona 250 and hold up other leaders.
Well, right now, Adria's the one getting held up. Now going to look to the inside of Bria McShane. Looks like the 06 is that in 2003 guy is going to get held up a little bit. So it's going to be the 38 of LaFlynn Zone, the 06 of that 2003 guy. Here comes the 32 and the 10, as well as the 4, the 28, and the 12. So Cody's still in this. Definitely. Do not count that 28 out.
Oh, Fun Zone's going to go for the lead on the inside. It's going to leave the 04 to dry.
So it looks like there aren't any chase-off contenders in a position to win this race. Chase the Cody's in 10th place, but held up behind the 85 now. I don't even know where the other chase-offs... KHP01 is in 15th. F1 Fan is a lap down. Luke Rainey's in 18th. What Incarnation's down in 21st. So, definitely worth keeping an eye on the point standings after this event because the Chase-Offs drivers are spread out all over the place. But it looks like Chase the Cody is going to be in the points lead after this race. 47 and the 48 together and being annoying as usual. At least they're both sitting on the bottom, but J24 is going to get stuck behind them. Maybe. No, they're actually doing a pretty good job of going around the outside. No, they're not. Jake 24 is back down there.
What even was that move? Nobody will know.
So that creates a separation. 4 cars out front. That end of 2003 guy, LaFlynn Zone 37, Anthony Place 32, and Mitchell Collins.
So you're going to have the top 4 split into a pack. It's going to leave the door open to allow them to have 2-car tandems, maybe.
Which is a lot like we saw in the Daytona 250. So they're going to come to the line, 5 laps to go. 2 Chevys, 2 Fords out front in the end. They're going to battle it out, hopefully, without lap traffic. But it looks like they're going to have to get by the 6 and maybe even the 78 at some point before the end of the race.
Now,
But the
at this point,
04,
I
the
think
4, the 60, the rest of these guys are starting to clear this lap traffic. But the
Now, at this
47 and the
point-
40 are side by side again.
At this point, it seems those drivers in the further back would probably be rooting for yellow. I think that would just end the race at this point.
Yeah, definitely. A wreck now would end the race. And although I don't think there are any big groups of cars right now that are in danger of causing a caution. So
it's okay.
Jake 24 and Adria Fitzy, I think it's going to be too little too late for them unless these leaders get held up by some more lapped cars. So we got both Chevys on the inside, both Fords on the outside. Anthony Plays in the Flynn Zone working together. That Aaron 2003 guy and Mitchell Collins working together. Although that Aaron 2003 guy is going to move down the straightaway. It's because they've cleared the Chevys. Wow, they got a great run coming out of 2. And we could see a little bit of manufacturer friendliness in these last few laps here at Daytona.
And Spook Boy probably going to give them a bit of a trap, but will they remember to go to the outside this time? Mitchell Collins won't.
So they're all going to get slowed down here. That 2003 guy goes around the outside. But Mitchell Collins, Anthony Plays, they're going to be on the bottom. And they're going to have to worry about the 78 at some point too. So Mitchell Collins goes down low with a push from the 32. I don't think Adria Fitzy and Jake 24 are close enough to contest this at all. So right now, it's that N 2003 guy way out front.
Can that 2003 guy finally get his win that he's been so close to getting?
They're going to cross the line here with 2 laps to go and just 1 more lap car to deal with. It's Hunter B in the 78. That 2003 guy goes around the outside, no problem. Mitchell Collins goes around the outside, no problem. But the 32 and the 38 are going to get stuck behind, and this is going to cost them. So this may be just a 2-car fight for the win. That NR 2003 guy in the 06. Mitchell Collins in the 10, way out front. Mitchell's having a look to the inside now. Going through turns 3 and 4. Can he hold it on the bottom? Does he still have enough grip in the tires? Yes. But that's going to give that N2003 guy a chance to fight back on the final lap here at Daytona. The 32 and the 38 are hooked up, but still pretty far back. Mitchell Collins is going to lead them. White flag one more time around. The leaders are side by side coming into turn 1. Then our 2003 guys got to get a good launch out of 2, get the draft down the back straightaway. Oh boy, he's got to make this move. And he's got to make it fast.
I don't think he's going to have the momentum, though, unless he gets a good run.
He's going to cross over, coming out of 2. Here comes the 06 down to the inside, right along the yellow lines. And that 2003 guy is on the bottom of Mitchell Collins. Through 3 and 4, they're going to be side by side. Lap 96 of 96 in the Pepsi 240. That 2003 guy going to the bottom, making the move. He's clear of Mitchell Collins, coming out of turn 4. And the Cleveland Browns are going to win something. It's the Pepsi 240. That 2003 guy making the move in the last turn to win the race in this 2-car shootout. LaFlinzone and Anthony Plays not close enough. Jake 24 is going to get a top 5. Adria Fitzy in 6th. And then it's RacerFan 99, Cody H Gaming, and Anderson Reed. Chase the Coyote, the first of the Chaseoff contenders, going to finish in the top 10 and going to move himself into first place in the points standings. Only 2 more chase races before the final 4. And for those that were wrecked out or didn't do well today, it'll be a must-win situation. We've got Martinsville and we've got Texas. And then we are going to Homestead. The DriveThrough Sim Series Season 1 coming to a close. And what a race. Wow. Another last lap pass.
Finish.
Another last lap pass. I'm losing count here. Wow. And in arguably one of the ugliest cars in the Sim Series. That N2003 guy. Wow. I mean, it kind of looks like
Finally gets his win.
Kind of looks like the Luke Rainey move, except Mitchell Collins made his move too early. And it was too soon, Junior. 06 to the bottom, and yeah, when it's just 2 cars. If you're in second, come to the white flag. As long as you can get your nose underneath, it looks like a win. I'm glad that Chad agrees this car's ugly, because it looks terrible. I didn't paint it. But, you know, it's a race-winning car, so you can't complain, really. Seriously, like, wow. Let's look at the final standings and export it. So that N2003 guy wins 0.15 seconds ahead of Mitchell Collins. LaFlinzone and Anthony Plays close, but not close enough. Jake 24, Adria Fitzy, RacerFan 99, Cody H Gaming, Anderson Reed, and Chase the Coyote top 10. Mike PMC 8 seconds behind in 11th. Then it's Midlife, DNP, DS Gaming, Ben Pye, KHPO1. The second of our Chaseoff drivers finishes in 16th. 16th. Then it's What Incarnation and Luke Rainey close behind him. Fireball 3 and 8, 19th. Then it's Jose the Potato, DriveThrough, the last on the lead lap. Savage Toy Show and F1 Fan, another 2 Chaseoff drivers, just didn't have the best of luck today. They're both a lap down, as is the big one at Jared Preston Plays. McSpook Boy 2 laps down. Same with Rusty Fighter, another 2 Chaseoff contenders way down in the order, 26th and 28th. Priya McShane 27th, NASCAR Lover 201 29th. Then it's Thick Daddy, Kumon Cup Series, Hunter B, Spitfire. Hello MU ends up 34th, 4 laps down. Then it's Pure Red and Blues RP and Janza. The big stories of the day: Xander M had a race-winning car taken out in a wreck. He's going to 37th. Asteroid Strike 9 also just collected in that incident. He's going to end up 38th. Michael Deitch also DNF'd, pure wrecked early on, along with Weak Boy and to AFK Master. Wow. Okay. Keep an eye on the Chaseoff standings. That will definitely shake a lot of things up. If you're not on the Discord, you definitely should be, because the point standings are here. And oh, wow. I've talked a lot. Adria, what are your thoughts?
It's just been one of those classic Sim Series races that we're going to be talking about for years to come.
Another last lap pass. It's like we can't stop having these last lap passes. I'm amazed.
You couldn't script this if you tried.
So let's go on to some donuts. Thank you to everyone who showed up. Thank you to the two of you who have undisliked this video. Maybe I will keep making more Sim Series videos. We'll see. The internet survived for the most part. I'm happy with that. And
Well, there was less death spending, so.
it's true. Let's go on to some burnouts. Ferd. No special name. This week's burnouts provided to you by Adria Fitzy.
The banshee cackling.
My God. Well, congratulations to that 2003 guy. Successfully spoiled the party here at Daytona. I didn't put the scheme on the car. Should probably do
Also
that.
Remember, you have to start the music right as you start the replay.
Okay, that's fine.
I make them exactly 2 minutes long.
Race winner. That 2003 guy.
Well, if you go to his it's MTJ. I think still. Right?
So thanks for watching. Tune in next week. Maybe it'll happen at the correct time. We're going to Martinsville, and if Daytona's not the place for chase-off chaos, then Martinsville certainly will be. Might see a little bit of a bumper to the back of people. Should be fun. Where are you?
Currently I'm in New Jersey.
Not all right. I found it. That's good. Okay. Let's go here. Thanks for watching. Like the like button. Bye.